In the last 42 cases, there's only been a few carbon fiber cases, but most of those were products with a TPU liner with carbon fiber on top. What happens when you drop an iPhone in just a pure Aramid fiber case or carbon fiber case? We're gonna find out with the PITAKA MagEZ 7. The video after this one, we're gonna do it to the later case. I'm testing 50 cases to find the best 5. This is review 42 out of 50. Because I'm a reviewer, not an influencer, for the iPhone 17s, my scoring system is based on what the iPhone actually feels when it hits the ground on its corner, on its face, as well as on its camera lump. Even this tiny case gets dropped 30 times. So when I say it's terrible, it's because I've got the data to back it up. There's one feature I really dislike about these thin cases is that there's absolutely no clearance for a screen protector on your iPhone. Like you guys know, this is gonna fail the face first drop test, right? Now I've been reviewing PITAKA products for a while and I'm gonna say they're the OG of this type of case. A lot of companies have it, but they were the first ones to have kind of like this multicolored Aramid fiber design. Finish of this case is spectacular. I really do like the finish, and unlike some other products, can you hear that? There's texture on the back of this case. There's also texture on the edge of the case. So this thing in my hand feels great. I went with a darker styled case for the iPhone 17s, and you can kind of tell just how greasy everything gets. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about getting one of these things. Weight-wise, it's only gonna add 24 grams to the iPhone. Paltry amount. Bulk-wise, going to increase it by 16%. I think the only case that is technically smaller than this one is going to be the later case. Grip-wise, with the coating, with the finish on the case, it's not terrible. It's still very smooth, so just keep that in mind. These buttons are completely exposed, this button's completely exposed, but this one is not, which I initially thought was pretty cool, but then I realized that you don't get the nice click of the camera control button. It's very, very subtle. It's annoying. What makes matters worse is that you don't actually get to use the slide control on your camera control button. I know that's a feature that not many people use anymore, but I want to be the one who decides not to use it, not my case manufacturer. Screen access is amazing because the case edges don't extend past a iPhone with a screen protector. And I do have to say that I dislike this style of case because the edges of the case are very noticeable. Like everything else is smooth, but then you get to the front and you're like, oh, look at that. Yay, it's sharp. Port cutout is massive because there's no case there. I'm excited to talk about this. Now, unlike the later case, this MagEZ 7 case has magnets baked into it. This case is so thin, but it has MagSafe baked into it. You don't have to add anything else to it. Now, is that any good? Well, to pull things off takes 11 newtons, which is decent. Push things off takes 11.2, 13% above average. In terms of protective design, this case, both corners and back are 0.5 millimeters thick. 0.5, 0.6. Again, absolutely crazy that PITAKA managed to put magnets into here. Now, in terms of rigidity, this thing is surprisingly stiff because it took 35 newtons to bend this 8 mils, which is 28% above average. Now, the reason why I measure rigidity is for a face-first drop protection, but because this case doesn't extend past the screen protector, this value is kind of useless. But it is neat to compare against, you know, other products that are way flexier. What happens when we drop it? This iPhone registered 6.9 newtons. This is really good. Like 32% better than average good. How about the subsequent rotation rate? That was very average. The ringing rate was very average. And the total force was also very average. I tried very hard to figure out what was going on. And the conclusion that I came to with this case is that yes, the initial impact gets lopped off a lot, but the actual drop time is just as long as every other case, and because all these things are average, there isn't one that is particularly better than the other. The total force was just kind of the same, which was kind of neat to see. It's not what happened with these Aramid fiber cases with a bit of TPU in it. For face first drops, yeah, we all know it failed. And when it came to camera lump drops, PITAKA has a metal ring around the entire camera lump, and the metal ring is integrated into the Aramid fiber back. Now, I was thinking the drop protection for the camera lump was going to be spectacular for this product. It really wasn't, because initial impact was higher, the total force was higher, and the settling rate was pow, equal, I mean, average. So if we break down how this case drops, corner drop, impacts, rolls around a little bit, but after that, it either goes forward or backwards, and regardless of which way it goes, it's not gonna be good for your iPhone. So would I get this product if I wasn't a reviewer? The short answer is no. This bullcrap for the PITAKA for the camera control button is a massive deal breaker for me. I can live without the extra screen protection. I'll just buy a couple more screen protectors, but being hamstrung like this on a button on my iPhone, yeah, no. not going to do it. I'm testing 50 cases to find out the best 5. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do, because the moment I finish this video, I'm going to upload it, and then you just get to see it. Hey!